Hey guys and gals, A here. Welcome to another episode of EDCQ. Today we are talking pouches. An EDC pouch that is unique in its I guess materials and kind of design. This one is really cool and it is the only one I have like this. Like I have tons of pouches like I'm sure you do, small, medium, large, all kinds of organization or minimal organization just to kind of fit all kinds of needs. And this one is definitely unique. This is by Roaring Fire. We got a little patch right there, a little leather patch, which is really cool. And this is the Smolder. This is the variation it comes in, a brown canvas here. It does come with some molly straps on the back, as well as the loops to weave stuff in. You could throw this on your belt. You could throw this on a pack. You're wearing a backpack and you have the waist strap. You could pop this on for some quick access gear. Attach it to a molly bag. Tons of ways to use it with these, as well as like you could carry it like this. Like when I'm carrying this as a standalone pouch, I normally carry it just like that. And if I'm carrying it by hand, it's normally just going straight into my vehicle. You know, like I want this gear with me. So I grab it just like that, set it in the vehicle. It's there. Also has a grab handle as well. So some cool features, specs and everything. I will have a link to this at Roaring Fire's website. So you can check out all the specs on it. And it's about 46 bucks. So really good price. You might be able to even find it on sale. I know Roaring Fire runs sales quite a bit. So you keep your eye out and find it when it's on sale. But just some quick looks at the outside here. We do have a nice little patch in a darker brown, which gives you a little color variation. We do have a Velcro field here. I've got a little glow-in-the-dark pirate ship patch, which is pretty cool. And then got the leather logo, the Molly and Molly straps on the back, along with the Molly webbing, the grab handle, and that's basically it. We have one slip pocket in the front, and then the main pocket that actually is going to clamshell open. This thing opens all the way, so it will fully lay down. At this angle, I will go ahead and show you what I have in the front. We might switch to a tabletop angle, or we might run with it in this angle. We'll see how that goes. But the front pouch here, just a little slip pouch, and I do have this thing loaded out. I am not normally someone who packs a pouch to the gills, but I've used this for a long time and have dialed in what I want. And so while I'm not going to add too many more items to this, I also don't need to. Like I have used this long enough, I believe coming up on 1 year now, that I've been using this and carrying it and fine tuning it. And so I've added the gear, you know, like I've carried it light. I've kind of had it like I enjoy pouches where I have room to add stuff. But at this point, the items that I want to have added have been added. The ones that I've not used have been taken away. So this is pretty dialed in for me, which is why it is more full than my standard one. All right, so in the front here, I do have this packed out. So this is very slim. I have a wet one, and a lot of times I have a second, but I must have used it. That's about all I'm fitting in here is a couple wet wipes, something really fat or really flat because of how pumped up the bag is. But yeah, one wet one right now. I might add another here in a second. I've got them right up here. But 2 wet ones is normally the goal in there. Clean some hands, clean some faces, whatever I need to. And then we do have the double zipper design. I keep mine at the bottom, but you could definitely do the top and open it, you know, like that. The good thing about if you have them at the top or kind of off to one side, up high, is you are able to open the bag and access through the top, so you don't have to clamshell it. The way that I leave it zippered is down here on the side. So when I open it, I am fully opening it just like that. And like I said, this thing lays flat, which is incredible. We'll go ahead and get the really cool part out of the way. So we have some straps on this side. We have some straps on this side. What is so cool is a little flap in the middle. I don't know if I have another pouch that has something like this. And not only is there a little flap in the middle to keep your gear from rubbing against each other. If I had pocket clips on this side and I closed it, they would rub and scratch. I could have pocket clips on both sides and this would protect them from rubbing. Just super cool. Protect your gear. Protect your gear. you're gonna use it, so it's gonna get worn down, but it doesn't need to be worn down by being stored and carried with you. Just my opinion. And this does that really well. Not to mention the fact that it is a protector, a divider from the two sides, but this has volume. Like, this is pumped up, this has volume. You can store stuff in here, not flat items, whatever you want. So let's go for the side that you open up. This is the front of the pouch here, and we have some elastic webbing. We have 4 more narrow loops, and then behind that we have 2 larger loops. And I just have an assortment of gear that comes in handy for me. I have a, see if we can get this on camera. I've got a Spyderco Delica right there, solid knife, lightweight. This pouch is not light, so I am trying to pick lighter gear for it. That's a light knife, but I mean, this is an excellent knife right here. Full 4-finger grip, you know, nice blade here, excellent slicer. Love this knife, and so lightweight. So this has a permanent spot in here, and I slide it in the larger loop in the back, but then I thread the pocket clip through the smaller one, so it keeps the knife here. Works really well for me. Next to that, in the smaller loop, I do have a flashlight. This is the Olight i3T EOS, and that is in titanium. AAA flashlight, works really well. Easy to use. If I'm out and about and it dies, I can just replace it with another battery. I often have AAA and AA batteries with me. If not, it's an easy pickup anywhere. Next to that, in the back loop with the pocket clip also threaded through the smaller front one to keep it in its spot, I have the SOG Power Pint. Now this is a small multi-tool. It is not large. It's kind of, I guess, mid-size. Easy opening, so easy opening. Lots of tools. You got pliers. I mean, these are not, you would be better off with, you know, like a real set of pliers. Larger multi-tools, gonna have larger pliers with more capabilities. But if this is what you got and it will work, like you can actually grip whatever you need to, this will work. This will get the job done. So I have that. And then to pair with that, I also have the Leatherman ratcheting bit driver. And as you can tell, like, this is a small package for a lot of capabilities. And how you use this is back here, we have a bit driver. Like, you can insert hex bits right here, your standard bits, 1/4 inch. It will grip this. So this is for a Leatherman. This pops into the Leatherman 2D bit holder. This will grip that, and then this is ratcheting. So as you could tell, I've got pretty good capabilities right there. And then sitting here at just the bottom, I just have this sitting loosely in the bottom of the pouch. I have a bit holder that has 10 double-sided bits. So I have 20 bits, the accessibility of 20 bits right here in a very small package. And pop the bit in here. It holds it pretty well. Got a magnet down there. You grip that, and now I'm ready to rock and roll. I can tighten, I can loosen, whatever I need to do. So I have a lot of capabilities here, which is really cool. And like I said, the thing I love most about this is the form factor. This is not taking up a ton of space, yet I have a ton of capabilities with that. Those 3 items right there work really well for me. If you haven't tried the Power Pint, it is a great tool. It works. It works. It takes up little space. This is not a toolkit. I'm not using this to go and fix things. If I were, these would not be the tools that I would choose. This is an everyday kit. So I'm not leaving my house anticipating I'm going to need to fix or repair stuff. However, something comes up that I need to do, I do have some options in here to help take care of that. So that's all in the front here, and then, like I said, on the bottom with the bit kit right here. And then we do have a full slip pocket in the back. Inside of here, I just have a pen, and then that's just clipped into the back there. And then next to that, I do just have a small Write in the Rain notebook. You do have a carabiner clip right here. I don't use this often, but when I use it, I'm glad I have it. I will actually clip it and hang it up. So if I am using something and I need this, I can just clip it and then have access to my stuff like that. Like I said, not often do I do that, but I've done it a few times and it's enough. It's just enough to let me keep this here. However, this easily comes off. You can easily take the carabiner off if that's not your jam. On the reverse side, we will check out what's in this first of all. And I do have another carabiner on the zipper pull. No real reason other than it gives me a second carabiner for if I need to clip anything together. And it grabs the zipper pull. So that's neither here nor there. Just a little something I did. Inside of here, I do have a fixed blade. I enjoy carrying a fixed blade, so I do have one. This one actually is a CRKT, and it has the Kraken, the blue handle, blue sheath. Really cool, hard to miss this, and it's small, but it gives me a fixed blade. So I have a little fixie in here, slides in that pocket, so that just shows you how big that pocket is. It holds that, and then inside of here is just kind of like little med items. So just got some Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes, some Tylenol, that kind of thing. And that all fits in there super nicely, just like that. And then I can slide my knife in here as well and zip the whole thing up, and boom, I'm ready to go with some really cool items. And then the back, I do not have much in. This is kind of my charging port. And partly because I just don't need a lot else on my everyday, and partly because this is already pretty full, so if I were to load this side up, it might not zipper. But in here I have these tweezers that love to fall. Just do that. So I've got some tweezers in here. I did have some nail clippers in here, but I always keep nail clippers in my EDC bag, and this just was kind of redundant and never really got used. I do have a USB-C charging cable right here. And then in the back, I do have a charging brick or a battery bank. So that is the gear that I have in this Roaring Fire. It is an awesome pouch. It holds a ton of gear, and it's a different material. Do I always need a different material than the standard, you know, Cordura patches? No. I love the Cordura patches, and I will always love the Cordura pouches. But it is fun to mix it up. This is a canvas, so it does have a different feel to it, has a different look. I think it looks really nice and sharp, and it holds a ton of gear in a really nice way. And I can actually attach it to some of my bags. I have a nutsack that I will attach this in because it has MOLLE attachment points. Any bag that has MOLLE, you can attach this onto the outside or inside, give you a little more capability. Most of the time, I'm holding it, carrying it like that, and taking it to my vehicle, so I have the gear if I need it. But that is the Roaring Fire Smolder. Links are down below. Definitely check it out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back with new content soon. And remember, EDC, EDC.